Hello and welcome to my latest video. Today I wanted to talk about what is success in my eyes, and also want to run through 8 different things that I believe are a catalyst towards greater success. And the big thing about, there's a lot of pressure in Western society to be successful, and I think that whole word does cause a lot of angst and a lot of pressure, not only within families but within individuals. You know, you have to be successful to be valid or to be validated in life, and I think that that's not necessarily true. So what I wanted to talk about was what is my meaning of success, and I think there's 2 different sides of success. There's an internal success, so a success that only you know and you can correspond and relate to, and that's based on all the hard work and all the effort and all the time that you've put into things, and only you can be the real determining factor of what that success is. And then there's the external success. Now the external success is what everyone else sees. Could be the materialism, could be money in the bank, it could be, you know, the fast car that you have. You know, and I'm not saying that materialism is the direction to go for. I think that at the end of the day, those things don't make you happy. What really makes you happy is the internal knowing that you've done what you can for yourself, for your family, and we do go through waves. We do go up and down through life. I've had numerous businesses. Some of them have been really successful, some of them have been mediocre, and some of them have just never really taken off, and it's all because of a bit of trial and error, maybe a lack of focus. All sorts of different factors go into these things, but it doesn't mean you stop. What happens is you've got to really buckle down and work on what you've learnt over the years and put it into the next worthy ideal. So what is success? Success is personal, it's internal and external. I think all the internal factors of success is what we should be striving for. So what are the 8 things that I have identified that indicate true levels of success? Look, I mean, this list could, you know, expand into a whole heap of other things, and I'm sure there's a whole heap of other people out there that could add to this list, but these are just 8 things that I penciled down on a piece of paper. And number 1 is to be true to yourself, and I think the big thing about being true to yourself is standing by your values and understanding, you know, what you believe in. Not necessarily completely aligned with your beliefs, because I think beliefs can change over time. Belief systems can change, depends on the critical mass of information and your ability to actually be able to absorb information. I think it really comes down to your values. You know, what do you stand for? And you know, sometimes you really have to sit back and actually do some self-analysis or analysis to work out what you are, who, and what makes you who you are. So I really recommend doing some value worksheets and finding out a little bit more about who you are. Be open to challenging your belief systems is probably another one. Being true to yourself means that you don't just lock in what you think you know. We all come out of school thinking we know everything, and then 10 years later we realise that we know absolutely nothing. Life is about a continuing journey of knowledge and learning and lessons, and the sooner that we all embrace that, I think that, you know, the greater society will be, and we'll be able to evolve and get past some of the stuff that we see. The other thing to be true to yourself is to make sure that you set goals that you align with and that are really important, that are really important to you. I think the big thing is in life you've got to set goals. When you complete a small goal, you've got to set another one. If you've got a really big major goal, if it scares you a little bit, I think you're on the right track. I've got a whole heap of goals at the moment that are, you know, they seem like Mount Everests at the moment, but I've really working really hard towards them, and I'm not going to give up no matter what, because I think that's part of my values, and I understand that you know, giving in and quitting is probably not high on my list. So be true to yourself is number 1. Number 2 is focus on your values over belief systems. So this sort of ties into number 1. Just remember that belief systems are taught, they're a byproduct of your environmental knowledge and factors that have sculpted who you are, whether that's from a family unit or schooling or circumstances and things like that. Sometimes we can put walls up and all sorts of things happen in our life, and I think what we've got to do is we've just got to step back and go, well, what do I stand for? Am I open to new information? Can I evolve? Number 3, knowledge paves way to change, evolution and higher states of consciousness. One thing I've really embraced in the last 8 to 10 years is how much information I am allowing into my body. into my mind, and I think that, you know, I'm really chasing higher states of consciousness. I really want to learn more about life, the universe, learn more about myself, and really bring in this information into the way I live, into my behavioural patterns and everything else. And I think that's a big part of not only my gym and as a coach, but as an individual. So making sure that you show due diligence to yourself. Go and read and learn and have experiences and be around really powerful people that can add value to your life. I think this is a really good skill to have, and it's just you know, you've got to drop the curtain and allow yourself to put yourself into that environment. Number 4 is share yourself, document your thoughts, and be authentic. I think the new age of social media, you see a lot of people come out and they're doing lots of videos, and some people might call it preaching. I don't call it preaching. When I do videos like this, all I'm doing is sharing. All I'm doing is documenting how I'm feeling on a particular day, expressing it, and if people get value out of that, that's great. If people don't, well, they can just move on and go somewhere else. I mean, that's just the way it is. And I think the big thing about being authentic is being able to express yourself openly, you know, being able to share what you believe based on your circumstances, your understanding, your perspective. You know, don't let anyone ever silence you or tell you can't have an opinion. I think, you know, sometimes the big thing is to make sure you listen more than you blurt. It's probably one of the biggest lessons in life. Just make sure you listen and absorb your environment, but make sure you share who you are and what you stand for, because you never know who you might influence. You might influence someone else and actually improve some part of their life, and as a coach, that's what I hope to do. I think every little bit counts. Number 5 is diversify your skill set. So your skill set can be anything. It's not just your job. I think skill set is like your mental capacity to obtain information, putting yourself into certain environments, breaking certain behavioural patterns, being able to definitely improve your skills in regards to your work. I suppose if you're after monetary gratification or materialistic values of some sort, then, you know, money might be a driver for you, and you've got to go and improve your skill set, because no one's ever going to get ahead just with a 9 to 5. It just doesn't happen. So you've got to go and diversify your ability. Now, if that means you go and do some other things and maybe look to climb the ladder, then so be it. Make sure you expose yourself to higher level of knowledge. Don't just take everything on face value for what you saw or what you heard, especially at school. I think we're only force-fed really basic stuff. I think you've got to go and dive into the things that you really love and what you're really passionate about. If it's in regards to investments, you've got to diversify your investments. You've got to definitely spread your money and your wealth and your risk across different elements. I mean, the only way I've got ahead in life is I've gone and dived at things pretty much very aggressively, and I do believe that's the one thing in regards to investments and stuff like that. You have to be really, really aggressive, and you've got to you know, have a shot. Otherwise, you're still not going to achieve these ultimate goals. It might take 20 years. I mean, we don't have that long, really. We want to enjoy our life as soon as we can while we're still young. So be aggressive with your investments. Number 6 is experiences, failures, and victories are the schoolroom. We learn all our valuable lessons here. So in my life, I've had heaps of experiences. I'm really grateful for. A lot of them have been really challenging. I've also had a lot of failures. I've had a lot of victories in a whole heap of different things. And I'm grateful for, in hindsight, for all of those experiences, because I've been able to be open to the reality that there was something that I gained from it. Anyone that's done acceptance and commitment plans, I think the big thing I can suggest is that if you are having a rough time, look at it and try to find what the benefit of these circumstances are. What did you gain from it? What was the positive? Did you become stronger? Did you learn a skill? Did you maybe your environment changed at the end of it and it was actually for the better? There's so many positives to everything that we do. So make sure that you're open to failing. Make sure you're open to winning. Everyone likes winning, but just remember, I think we learn more when we lose, and I think the people who are more successful in life have probably had more failures than the wins. The other one is experiences. Get out there and enjoy life for what it is. Surround yourself with good people, travel, all those type of things. Number 7 is relentless drive, passion towards a worthy ideal. I run a gym here. I'm looking to express myself. I have stuff on the wall. I talk about things on my pages, on my gym pages, my personal pages, and I'm not too worried about the scrutiny that I get, because what I'm doing is I'm being me. I'm being open, and I'm accepting the opportunity to be able to express what I'm learning and what I'm researching, and being able to share it. And the people who resonate with that, they're the people I'm looking to attract. The people who show a little bit of resistance, well, it can go either way, and that's life. I mean, that's the greatest thing that we can do is to express ourselves. No one ever learnt anything by being silent, and we've got to have a worthy ideal. So, I mean, for me, my worthy ideal is to expand on being able to deliver information that may swing someone to a greater moment in their life. So what I suggest is find what you're really passionate about, attach it to a worthy ideal, and be relentless and go for it. Don't worry about what anyone else says. Do what you need to do for you to get there. If you don't know how to do it, you've got to find someone with a skill set that can, someone that you relate to, and work with them to get where you need to be. Number 8 is invest in yourself. Now, investing in yourself is a number of things. Number of things is your vessel. So health is really, really important. I've spent a really long time researching everything from water, nutrition, everything from frequencies and sunlight and vitamins and minerals and chakras, and everything from meditation and all these things, and putting it all together to get an understanding of what I need to do to optimize my vessel and optimize my life from a health point of view. The other side of investing is obviously knowledge. Every time I go and read something that expands me, I feel really good. I feel really empowered, especially if it's a topic that I relate to. So definitely go and read into things that you really enjoy, because that can start a snowball effect towards the behavior of looking in and researching things. Do courses, spend money on learning different things. Sometimes they could be a little bit boring, but if it's going to further your success and put you in a greater position in life, then I really highly recommend it. Travel, travel, travel. Make sure you align with some really good people, knowledgeable people from other places around the world, and go and see some of the history around the world. Go and see the wonders, go and see all sorts of stuff, go and try everything, experiment with everything, and have a really good time. And I think that's what travel is about. Make sure you spend your money on that rather than pissing it up the wall on the weekend. I think there's, especially if you're young, put your money in the bank and go and live your life. The other one is investing not only in yourself, but invest in the people that you surround yourself with. I think your culture or the team or your crew or your tribe, any of these people are very, very important. If you find that there's someone that's infecting you in some way, whether it's maybe they're testing one of your values, and I think you've got to understand that you need to find ways of pulling yourself back out of that circle. Go and find another circle that's going to empower you and put you into an environment that's going to push you towards success. Bad people or the wrong crowd is like a magnet, and I think there'll be a lot of people out there who would relate to this at different times in life. We've associated with different people based on how we were feeling at that time. Now, when we start becoming more knowledgeable, more empowered, we've got worthy ideals, we're seeking different goals in life, what happens is they start to drift and our circle starts to change. People come and go. But however, what you need to do, you've got to remember that life is about choices, and you can choose the people that you choose to bring into your energy space. And you've got to be very mindful of that. Some people are energy leeches, and it can be quite harmful on your decision making and in your environment and on your health. So no offense to the energy leeches out there, but guess what? It's a reality. So definitely invest in yourself. So what is success? Internal and external success. The knowledge and everything, or I think it's, what's the word I'm looking for? It's an internal knowing and understanding of what you've done for you. Integrity is probably a really good word. And then the external success. If you want to go and buy a few things and travel and buy a fancy car, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. You earned it. Go for it. Number 1, elements for success, be true to yourself. Number 2, focus on values over belief systems. 3, knowledge paves way to change, evolution and higher states of consciousness, so go and learn stuff. Number 4, share yourself, document who you are and be authentic. It opens up other doorways to expression, just like I am with this video. It takes practice. It's not about getting it perfect, but it's about expressing who you are. Number 5, diversify your skill set. So that can be courses and education and knowledge. Also diversify your investments and your money and your wealth, and make sure that you're looking to build your empire in all sorts of different ways. So diversify the elements within your lifestyle. Experiences, failures and victories are the schoolroom. Just remember that's where we learn. So don't be fearful of falling on your face. It doesn't matter. As long as you don't die, it's okay. You can pick up the pieces, look back, what did you learn, apply those lessons to the next thing, and hopefully success will come your way. Number 7 is relentless drive, passion and towards worthy ideals. Do something, add something, contribute to the people around you and to society. I think they're the best jobs and the best careers and the best goals in life. Everything else is pointless, and I think you'll realize this as you go through life. Number 8 is invest in yourself. Become the best version of yourself, whether it's fitness, health, knowledge, the people you surround yourself with, traveling experiences and all the information that comes in from the life and the world around us. So that's all I'm going to do and share with you today, and I've got a whole heap of other videos. I'm just going to keep sharing stuff, and I hope that added some value to you. Feel free to let me know. Do follow me on my Steam It and YouTube. I do tend to put up an article or two and a video on those platforms. But yeah, thanks for listening and tuning to my next video.